Alrighty, howdy doody. Happy New Year's. Happy me, happy you. I'm happy that you're here. I'm your nosy neighbor lady. This your nosy neighbor lady show. And this video is about the congregation in Atlanta called the Dream Center Church of Atlanta. The pastor there is Bishop William Murphy. If you hadn't heard by now, I don't know how, you might have been at work, but they were swagging and surfing to the song Swag and Surf. I don't know if them was the Franchise Boys or I think They Like Me. I don't know. I can't remember who sung, or my Dougie, the guy who sang I don't know who sung Swag and Surf back in the day, but I was a participant in swagging and surfing back in the day, and we used to do it at the club. And these people were doing it at church for their New Year's Eve celebration. And on the radio station in Atlanta, I believe it's Big Tig, but he was being substituted. Maybe he was on vacation or something. But they did an interview with Bishop William Murphy, and he said God was all in it. He says church is 18 years old. Yep, church is 18 years old. He say 150 people got saved that day. To the criticism when asked about do he think that, because some people are like, you could have just played the instrumental version. And he was like, do you play the instrumental version in your car? You know how sassy these men are nowadays. The sassy slay, get back right, want to get back at ya. You know how the Kangs do. But it's just like, he said that he is creative in how he engaged souls. You know, he said they also played Walk It Out. And I just feel kind of like luring young people to church is okay, but this wasn't about young people. I could even almost kind of see if, you know, they played a younger person's song. Because you could, but that's not even a young person's song. That's a old song from 10, 12 years ago. But anyway, not about me. Let's do the facts first, and then we'll do what I feel like or how I feel. But girl, I'm not doing this. Like this video if you can. Like, so appreciate it. Y'all know we do hard subjects here. One comment said they might as well bring the stripper poles next. And it's so sad because it's almost like they might as well bring the stripper poles next. And some bottle service. Let's go on, turn it up and turn it out. We know Atlanta is the black mecca of Blackistanness. I guess, I don't know. But he said they did play the clean version. He said they played that song in reference to not doing life alone. He didn't want people to feel alone, because we know that in the black community, often black women are alone to do everything, and the church caters to black women to make them feel better and keep open their purses and wallets. So, but he said this is not your grandmama church. I think he was just really excited to be viral, because he was talking about how people was calling him and stuff. So he's excited to be viral, whether it's for something that brings more people to church or something that leads more people away from church. He's just excited to be viral like any human being. You know, a lot of churches are not really about God. It's more so about the pastor and, you know, getting money. But he also kind of took a little weird turn in the interview that I thought about. That was like, people was like, why people not coming to church? And people who say, he's talking about we're healing people in the church. Then he wanted to talk about kids' grades and dropouts, which took a weird turn for me, because I was like, okay, he's doing that to make black women think he care about kids. And that's a mission at the church. I don't know if it's a mission at that church. I haven't been to that church. I know a lot of black churches a lot of times don't help anybody in the community, don't have a pantry, don't help people with their rent, you know. Like I say, my gripe is really with the black community, not particularly the black church. I mean, not with God particularly. It's more with the black community and the black church and its use of black women to keep them in a mind screw. And it's just aggravating. But he was like, oh, people need their marriages healed, when black people really don't get married. You know what I'm saying? The number one person in the church giving money to the church is single mothers and older women who are single. So it's just like, I just feel like just a lot of manipulation, and it's so sad that just because you sound good or talk articulate and you're a black male, that you can just swoop in and convince people to listen to secular music in church, and everybody would just let this happen and not condemn it or think that it's okay. But you know, a lot of people in the black community, we don't have anything to look up, we don't have anything to believe in, so the only thing that we can believe in is church. And it's so sad that a lot of people are walking away from churches, and it's really sad. Even with me being on the fence about my religion, it just really hurts my feelings for people who are really trying to be right, or people who are really trying to practice like Christ, and how it just is not the flex that it used to be, and how people kind of look at Christians a little bit as fools. You know, just being honest, I don't think you're a fool if you're a Christian, but I do think that it's sad that you all are being represented like this, and that church is not about God. And even a comment said those 150 people was going to get saved anyway. It wasn't about the music, and you don't have to get saved to get the music. And we know a lot of saved people who commit crimes. We know a lot of praying grandmothers, and the kids go to jail, and the dad is on drug, and the dad is not there. And you know, I just feel like with the church being such a leader in the black community, or things black people will gather or shout about real loud, I just feel like they should actually try to help the community and stop bashing black women, and actually tell men to be fathers, or actually try to implement something and hold men accountable. Even all these jailbird men in our community and all these fatherless homes we have, but everything that they do and talk about is to condemn black women, or to say black women should know when to be quiet, and use these scriptures in the wrong ways, or use these scriptures to make you feel bad about your life, and they're not telling you what they're doing. You know, even thinking back, like this video if you can, but to 2022, when Kim Burrell said what she said, and T.D. Jakes said what he said about black women, and all the black pastors and preachers we saw in gay and trans love affairs. You know, I think that black people are really the blind leading the blind, and it's really sad that black people follow anybody. But we see that with black women, they follow people blindly, whether it's helping their life or not. You know, whether you're going to church for a fashion show, or to gossip, or not necessarily to be like Christ or practice Christianity. Because if the church was so important in the black community, the Christian black community would reflect that, which they worse than the people in the streets. And you know, just belonging to a church for a long time in my life, in my adult life, I'm choosing to go and participate in just all the antics and the horrible treatment, and some of the meanest, most terrible women I met was in Christ. And even thinking about a Christian YouTuber over here, how she was covering a story about a lady who had 3 husbands, and she was like, oh my gosh, she's a whore, she's a freak, she's a dairy, like 3 partners is a whore and a freak. But of course she's gonna act like she only had 1 partner in her life, because Christianity in the black church is often based on lies, and nobody's honest about anything. Even how well, we just did that Christianity video where the man wanted to check the woman who said ain't no single men in church, and then brought all the single men to the front. I'll link that below if you all want to check it out. But I just feel like it's all really sad for practicing Christians, and it's just validation for people who don't want to participate in Christianity, and people who don't want to go to church, and people some who just want to worship at home. And even as a person who has been in Christianity, I do feel like people should go be amongst other Christians. But it's just like, if the church just like the world, ain't no point of going to be around them, because they gonna shoot you up and rob you and stab you just as fast as anybody else on the street. So why waste your time? You know what I mean? So, but even the Bible say and predicted all this stuff, and you know, I just feel like it's just sad. And that I wouldn't even really, as a pastor, he's obligated to speak, but being honest, I wouldn't even spoke on it. I would be ashamed and embarrassed. But Burger Kings have no shame or embarrassment of anything that they do, as long as they exploiting black women and getting their money off of black women, and black women fear of the Lord, because black women do have a fear of the Lord. Whether you should or not, that's all personal preference. Over here, you can believe what you want, you can feel how you want. I'm not bashing you for your religion, but I will say, don't bash people who don't believe, and understand where they coming from. Is my gist of it, and respectfully disagree, because with God like that, who want a God who's swagging and surfing? It's too much. It's just too much, and it's a shame, and it's just a terrible S show. It really is, and nobody takes religion serious. And we just seeing more and more how Burger Kings really don't take religion serious, and it's just really foolish to follow them. But it just proves that whatever they say go, whether it's stupid, crazy, or don't make no sense, women is all for it. And it's just really, I just think this black church and the things the black churches are saying about black women and the narratives that they're pushing on the black community and want to hold black women accountable but not black men, is just really showing the world what black people value, showing the world that black people really have no morals and values. And some would argue that, just being honest. You know what I'm saying? Even doing content like I do my content, or I just feel like it just screams of debauchery. It just screams of no morals. Just screams of just looking for somebody to follow, even if it's legit or not. And I just feel like whoever you follow or whatever you believe in, I think that I just hope that I can't say I hope it get better, because that'll be foolish. I'm still an adult. Nothing is getting better. We're living in crazy times. We're living in weird times. We're living in worlds where we wake up and it's rap music in the church that's not even Christian rap. And some people don't even like Christian rap. So it's just like, in which I'm not a person who's against Christian rap. I think it's kind of cool. But it's just like, it just really make you wonder, like, could times or things get any worse? And as soon as you say that, yes, you look on the news and something else happened. You know what I mean? So it's just like this black community, and it's standing up for the black community, and it's keeping your cape on and shouting about real loud pro-black things. At this point, it's really not serving black women, and it's not helping other black women, and it's not putting yourself first as a black woman. I know I'll say it like that. So that I don't go too far and I can monitor myself. But if you just stay beautiful, innovative, creative, and of course thinking and discovering more about yourself and what type of woman you want to be or where you want to go this year, because a church like that, even if I believed, I would not be in attendance. Because it's like you might as well get a drink and a two-step if you're going to listen to secular music. And even when I'm saying, what do you listen to that in your car like that? Like, it's the clapbacking nature of me. For me, it's the clapback nature. Like, why wouldn't you just say, well, we just made a decision and it might have not been the best. Maybe we could have did the instrumental, which to me would have been way better. You know what I mean? But instead of owning it, he wants to clap back with this sassy, talking back, sassy Burger King that they do, and, just no accountability. I even felt like he could have said, well, you know what, the instrumental might have would have been a better choice. But not, do you listen to it like that in your car? So now we got to play some Juvenile now. If we're going to do it right. So what's the thing for next week? So now are they going to be promoting rap music in their church to keep people coming back so they can keep being viral? Now it's the rapping church. And even with those kids being young people, he say the church ain't only young people, but leading young Christians astray like that, you see. But black men have been doing that for years, leading black men astray and young people astray, even the violation of young girls and the corrupting of the young boys, telling them about gangs and drugs. And black men have always done this to black culture. And it's just so sad that they want to take it to the church, which they've been doing. But just in this new age and new time, to just stand behind this like this really makes sense as a pastor. Because even me, I would have said, well, maybe it was a poor judgment call, but it was New Year's Eve and we wanted to party for Christ. I could even respect it that better. But not just standing up and validating and acting like ain't no problem with this. So when they play Juvenile back that thing up, it's just like, is that too far? It could nothing be too far once you start letting the devil in. But what they say? When you let the devil ride, he gonna want to drive. So they can do what they want to do and be how they want to be. But girl, I would not be there. So happy New Year, bye. I'll see you next time, bye. Stay beautiful, bye.